Geometric mean, and it does not mean an old man crotchety sitting there rocking in a rocking chair. Mean in algebra. Mean median mode, ring a bell? So you are looking at sort of an average. Mean is an average, but a geometric mean is going to have a little bit of a twist. Alright, so here's one way you could use a geometric mean. Let's say you get on Amazon, you're looking at a new camera lens, just the camera, or whatever. One's got a zoom lens of 50 feet and gets 2 stars in review, so that's not too good. The other one's only got 30 feet, but it gets 4 stars. Still not 5 stars, but it's still better. Which one is really better? But a 50-foot zoom is a whole lot better than just a 30-foot zoom. I mean, that's like almost double the power. And so that makes it, that much stronger. So how do we tell which one's bigger when we're kind of going on 2 different ratings? You ever had a teacher that would score you like, your scores count, your grade is a 15 out of 20 points. Maybe there was only 20 points total and you got 15 out of 20. So that's kind of a different scale than what we're used to out of 100. But what you can do for geometric mean is to set it up between, we're going to do the first one, the 50-foot and the 2 stars, is to set it up as a cross multiplying problem like this. You're going to have the same digit, in this case it's just x, diagonal from each other, and then these, what y'all call hashtags, is what we used to always call number. So we'll put in the numbers right there diagonal to each other. So the 50 and the 2 go in there, and the x's are just x's where they are. So let's try 50 over x equals x over 2. See how that works? The x's have to be diagonal from each other, the matching number. You'll always see a match when you do a geometric mean diagonal like that. So when you cross multiply, you end up with x squared equals 100, right? And so finish it out. What do we do to get rid of square? Square root it, and you get 10. Okay? So 10 is our first score. Now remember there was a second camera. The second camera had 30 feet, but it had 4 stars. So now we're comparing feet and stars. That's what we did up here, feet and stars. So now let's set it up again. So it'll be 4, doesn't matter which one is it, which, x and x over 30. Okay? Geometric mean, once again, so it'll be x squared equals 120, and the square root of that is about 10.95. So the one with the more stars actually was a little bit better, not much, okay? The 50-foot still sounds good because it's so much better of a lens to make it seem that much closer. But this is scored a little bit higher, okay? So what does that have to do with geometry? Because we're in geometry with pictures and stuff. All right, so we're going to be looking at an altitude on a triangle. Remember, altitude, straight up down height, okay? But we're starting with a right triangle. The right triangle is turned, so it's right angles at the top, and you're going to make an altitude from that right angle coming down, and so you get right angles here and here. Remember, altitude is the height, so you got to be standing straight up, that kind of thing. So what we end up with is 3 similar right triangles. It's kind of strange. You got a small, you got a medium, and then the whole entire thing is the large. 3 similar triangles that way. When you have an altitude drawn from that right angle down to the opposite side, you get 3 right angles. Alright, so here's our problem. We're going to have certain sides, and we're going to be trying to find the missing side. This is the same drawing. I want you to separate them into 3 little triangles, a small, a medium, and a large. Now on your paper or in your notes, it's already drawn out for you on this one, but when you have to draw your own, I suggest you make them look like a big letter L, like long leg and then straight across. And then the medium be a long leg and a little straight across. And see, it'll have that. You don't want it like where it matches, because it's not going to be this kind of right triangle. It's going to be one a little bit more like the 30, 60, 90. This is more like 45, 45. Those angles match. This is going to have a long leg and a short leg. Remember legs, leg, hypotenuse. So the long leg and the short leg. Make one long and one short. So on my small triangle, see it right here? Okay, just looking right there. What do I know? There's a short leg, there's a long leg, and hypotenuse. The right angle is right here, not down there. The right angle for the small and the medium are the side-by-side ones right there. So that's your right angle, and then for the medium, this will be your right angle. Side-by-side for those two. All right, so the small, right in here, has a 4 and an X. The 4, is it shorter or longer than X? It's shorter. So the 4 is going to go on our short one, and our X is going to go on our long one. Long leg, short leg. And we don't have a hypotenuse, so we're going to leave that off. Okay? And that's a small, S for small. All right, on the medium, let's go look at it. Clean this off. And you can take your finger and just kind of cover up the drawing until you need it. Here's the medium. So we're looking at this. Now remember, this is the right angle, not this one down here. It's kind of, that one's split down here at E. It's split between them. That's for the big one. All right, on the medium, X is now the short leg, where 18 is the long, and once again, we don't have a hypotenuse. See it? See, that's not the right angle. All right, look at it. Here's the hypotenuse. We don't have that. X is short, and 18 is the long. All right, and I put it on the wrong spot on the drawing. I'm sorry. All right, so 18 is the long, goes there. All right, big sure. All right, so then on the large, we're going to ignore the middle line. So right here, we're not going to look at that right angle. We're not going to look at the X. We're just going to look at this right angle. That's our right angle. We do have a hypotenuse this time. It goes from D to F. And that whole thing is 22. But that's it. That's all we got, right? We don't have anything else. That's the worst part right there, getting those three triangles separated and getting ready to go. Now you get to pick. I need to find X. One number, look at the large. Do you see an X here? No. Okay, so that's not going to help us too much. It's going to be the small and the medium. Since we got X's with the small and the medium, let's do small over medium. Pick out something from the small. How about 4? Short leg. What's the short leg on the medium? X equal to, go back to the small, X from the small. That's the long leg. Look at it now. Goes with 18. And see, when these are turned the same way, it's real easy to see what goes together. But look here. Here's geometric mean with that matching X across from each other like that. That'll be X squared. 4 times 18 is 72. And that works out to a square root of 8.48. 8.48 for X. And you're going to get a lot of decimals with this. It's not pretty, but it's there. Okay? 8.48. All right? That's going to work. Let's try another. Here's our drawing. I've got it drawn. This is on your notes too. Let's see if you can fill it in. Small, medium, large. Stop the video for a minute and try it. On the small, I got 5 on the short leg, D on the hypotenuse, and 10 for the long leg. On the medium, here's the right angle for the medium. I don't have a hypotenuse, but I got a 10 for a short leg, and I got C for a long leg. And on the great big one, take your finger, just cover up that line right there, cover up the double right angle. But right there, that's your right angle you need. I got D as a short leg. I'll put it there. And the long leg is, it has numbers there. So it'll be 5. That's not a long leg. That's hypotenuse. I'm sorry. So 5 plus C for the hypotenuse. So Now we got a little bit of a twist on here. You got to take your time and think about it. All right. I got a C. Where else do I see a C? Right here. This C is on the long leg. That's on the hypotenuse. I can't put C hypotenuse with a long leg. That's not going to work. What about my D's? I got D here and D way over here. D can go with 5. That's a short leg. Hypotenuse with hypotenuse. Not with a C in it. That's not going to work. Look a little closer. Let's see. I got this with this. C can go with long leg and long leg. Have I got another match? How about right there? There you go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to have every same thing, but I've got to have the same pieces. Long leg can go with long leg, and short leg can go with short leg. So that's the two pieces I'm going to use. Small to medium is what I'm comparing. Short leg 5 goes with short leg 10. Right there. Equal to long leg 10 goes with short leg C. Now, I don't have X and X, but I still got to match 10 times 10. When you see that, you know you've set it up right. Hopefully, at least that part. So, 5 times C equals 10 times 10, 100. So, C is going to be 20. So, we got that answer. All right. Let's go back and let's plug in some of those C's that we just found. We've got a couple C's in different places. C is 20. So if this is 20, I'm going to put 20 right here. And then right here, hey, look, that's a 20. So 20 plus 5, this should be 25 right here for that side. Okay? So we want to find D. Where do we see a D? There's one here. I got a short leg, and then over here I got a D, and that's a hypotenuse. Hypotenuse with hypotenuse, D with 25, and short leg with short leg. Yeah, that'll work. So this time it's small over large. You can mix and match the triangles as you need them, depending on what parts. It's just they gotta have this corresponding part, one in the same position. Hypotenuse from the small, D. Hypotenuse from the large, 25. Short leg from the small, 5. Short leg from the large, D. There's my match. There's my geometric mean. So D squared equals 125, and square root of 125, D is going to be 11.18. Or 11.2 if we were putting it on the thing one decimal place. Alright, so we're going to stop there. I'll probably do this one in class with you. I want you to try it though while it's right here on paper. I want you to do your small, medium, and large triangles. Draw them like a letter L, like I was telling you earlier. Long leg, short leg. Long leg, short leg. Long leg, short leg. And then just connect them, and you'll have right triangles. Okay, put your box on there too so you remember where right angle is. Alright, so we'll stop there and hopefully